Hello again. KwaZulu-Natal Premier Sihle Zikalala has declared eThekwini as the epicenter of COVID-19 in the province. Zikalala will be refreshing some measures to intensify the lockdown. KwaZulu-Natal is the province with the third highest number of cases. I'm joined now by my colleague Mawande Keswa, who's been keeping a close eye on developments. So Mawande, when Mr. Zikalala says that he'll be refreshing some measures to intensify the lockdown, what is he talking about?
Well, he's talking about quite a few things, and one of those things is on the side of law enforcement as well as on the roads, ensuring that those people who are found on the road actually are authorized to do so, and those operating their businesses are essential businesses and not people just taking chances. But to speak further on that, I'm going to speak to the MEC for Transport and Community Safety, Mr. Begintuli. MEC, we thank you for your time. So there have been quite a number of operations. I understand that today alone, from 4 a.m., there are about 30 roadblocks. Could you please take us through what this means for the intensified lockdown for the province?
Wanda, let me just greet you and the viewers at home. In KZN, as it were, you would see that the number of people that are infected is rising up very quickly. And according to the reports and the stats that we're getting from Health Department, this is happening mostly here at eThekwini Metro. Then in the decision that was made on Friday at the command center, we have taken a view that we must lock and shut eThekwini down, so that everybody would know that eThekwini is no-nonsense area. And this would help our country, and it will help our province to be contributing highly at this rate. We have, therefore, a number of roadblocks that has taken place in eThekwini. As per the resolution, we were with the Premier, as you would see in the morning. Roadblock started at 4 o'clock in the morning. And up to now, it has had an effect. It has had an effect in that, firstly, we have made arrests of 114 people already from the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. And that has, in my view, sent the message to the communities. Most targeted areas are in Andagwamashu, Umlazi, and these areas that are around eThekwini. And I'm grateful that even MECs have been blocked, stuck in the roadblocks. And I guess if you have not been stuck in the roadblocks, you are lucky. So whoever that will come to KZN, especially eThekwini, without having a permit, without having proof that that person is working as essential worker, then it will be very difficult, I must say, to those people.
Now, speaking of permits, in Gauteng, there were a group of individuals that were recently caught producing fake permits. In KZN, have we had those instances, and what is it that officials are actually looking for when they look at a permit to see whether or not it is valid?
From the roadblock that I'm coming from now with the Premier, there were a few people that have had, I wouldn't say fake permits, but permits that were issued to them by councillors. There is no permit that should be issued by a councillor or by a member of provincial legislature or a member of parliament. Permits are issued at the police station and magistrates, and they are issued for people that are going for funerals or are bound to move from one area to the other. Whereas when you want to cross to another province, you will find it very difficult to get a permit. And for those that have had permits from councillors, they were firstly arrested and fined because those permits are not valid.
Now, the Premier earlier on this morning spoke about the fact that there have been 10,000 arrests that have been made since the beginning of the lockdown. Surely, in terms of correctional services, this has an impact. What have you found thus far, and how will you be dealing with the issue around overcrowding as a result?
Correctional service, people that have been arrested have increased the number of people that are awaiting trials. What we are doing from the police side, our investigating officers will be busy and processing them, and we are encouraging NPA to allow them to get bails and get fines so that we are not crowding the cells, because that in itself would actually render the inmates vulnerable to the disease. At least the number that should be there should be 120%, not 159%, because you will actually be increasing the numbers of the inmates, and you will cause a havoc in the correctional centers.
Now, when you're speaking about encouraging them to release them on bail, will that be based on a situation of the severity of the offence that has been committed, or it's general for everyone who's arrested during the lockdown period?
Every case is going to be treated according to its own merit. So if it is an offence, minor offence, obviously you can get a bail at the station. There is no need for a person to be processed up until the prosecution. And we are encouraging people to, because we can't say they must admit guilt. They must just refrain from breaking the regulations, because they will be actually subjecting themselves to a lot of inconvenience.
We thank you very much for your time, MEC. We've been speaking to the MEC for Transport and Community Safety in KZN, Mr. Begintule.
Thank you very much to my colleague Mawande Keswa out in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal for us.